How can you get a tactic to go from this to this and for it to make sense? Player instructions, baby. Right, crew, what we shall do today is we'll take tactics that I've made previously over on my channel that look a bit stupid, to be honest, and we'll see the player instructions that I've made that help them make sense and help them, more importantly, work. Should we go for it? So we'll start with this tactic, the Nementia, which I've got going on with my Anderlecht save over on Twitch. Going well this season, we've won 14 out of 15 and we've won 3 titles in the past 4 seasons. So how the hell is a thing like this working? I mean, first of all, look at their front 5. They absolutely love playing with each other. The only way this tactic works is down to the player instructions on that front 5. Otherwise, Mariba here would have a hell of a job on. So let's take the shadow strikers, Malin and Esposito. If I click on Malin, you can see I've added stay wider, which means he will start there and come wide. But a lot of his work will be done wide, marking tighter and marking specific position. If I look at that position, you will see it's defensive midfield CL, meaning he's going to cover the defensive midfield left-hand side zone. Esposito will do the same thing, but the position he will mark is defensive midfielder right zone. So we've got that area covered. In the middle, Ed Sheeran, for Sheeran, same gig. He's marking tighter, and the position he's going to mark is the defensive midfield centre. So that zone across there, I've now got covered. And it doesn't end there. The 2 strikers are going to get involved as well. Yeboah, marking tighter, mark a specific position. He's going to be marking the left back. So he's going to keep an eye on this zone. And Kenny Omega, he's going to mark the right back. So he's going to keep an eye on this zone. I'm more than happy for the opposition centre-backs to have the ball. And with that structure, with that front 5, it means our defensive shape is solid. And if you look in the 15 games, we've only conceded 7 goals. So there's definitely something to it. Over to Inter Milan. Yeah, I know I do a lot of Inter Milan saves, but what of it? And you can see we've got a asymmetric number here, and it's emphasis down the left-hand side. So I've got Gersons there, bombing up there. But as you can see, when I do that, it leaves a bit of a gap in this left-hand side. I simply cover that by selecting the left-hand side centre-back and asking him to stay wider when we have the ball. He's got the ball, he covers in there. If we lose the ball, he's still wide-ish before making his way back. By the time he's done that, Gerson should be back in position. This is also helped by the striker on the left-hand side being offset, and I've also got him doing the mark-specific position thing, and in this case, he's having a look at the right-back zone. And yeah, it's done alright in the league so far. We haven't lost. I probably should finish this serve. Or how about the Pep Walker? This was a version of Pep's tactic where I used Kyle Walker basically as a winger. And now you can see the results there. It looks pretty mad, right? But if you look at Walker, dribble more and staying wider, so he's acting like a winger. Higher up, you've got De Bruyne, crossing less often, but we're roaming him and he's moving into channel, so you can back up Walker there. The Trequartista roll, again, staying wider, so starting a bit wider than coming in. The Grealish roll, asking him to hold his position, so basically that means to stay really wide, so try to replicate the way Pep played. So all these play instructions are helping that. Same with Ake, he was essentially a really wide centre-back, so what we did was take fewer risks, cross less often, so a traditional full-back will bomb forward and try and cross. Not Ake though, as we look dribbling less, crossing less, and taking fewer risks, and sitting narrower, so it made him a really wide centre-back. And even a mad tactic like that did the business with the Premier League and Champions League double. But yeah, it was Man City. But hey, you go and try and get a tactic like that working without player instructions. And finally, you've got your more traditional setups like this basic 3-5-2, if you like. And then because we've got players in normal roles like box to box, we can make them more aggressive. If we look at Barella here, I'm asking him to dribble more, get further forward, and move into channels to back up the wing back. Same with Hakan. But with Hakan's case, because he's so good at long shots, we've added long shots to encourage that even more. Both wing backs asked to dribble more and ping the crosses into the centre, so you can actually itemise where you want your crosses to land, far post, near post, target forward if you've got a big unit up there, or bang in the middle of the box. So yeah, there's a whole range of player instructions you can use to factor your team. We've got a libero here with hold position, shout out JDFM. So you get all the effects of a libero, but he won't bomb forward as much. Love that, and it's doing the business in this league. We haven't conceded a goal yet. It's unbelievable, Jeff! So my dudes, just by tweaking a few player instructions, it means you can get a lot more experimental with your tactics and not have to stick to those pretty looking ones the screen gives you. Get a bit experimental, see what it does, but watch it in match to understand what the hell is happening.